AK-47 and weed, not a good combination, but a man in Tempe just got busted with both. Police pulling over Tyson Odom near Rural Road and Apache during a potential DUI stop. Investigators say he's connected to several home invasions in this area, accused of using that weapon to steal people's wallets.
Shots fired, and Glendale police are trying to figure out who did it. They are now turning to you for help identifying the person responsible for firing rounds at Kellis High School overnight on November 29th. There is a $1,000 cash reward for information leading to an arrest. New details tonight in the deadly New Mexico school shooting. Investigators say the 21-year-old gunman disguised himself as a student in order to get on campus and then killed 2 students at random. According to the sheriff, the shooter, William Atchison, left a message saying he wanted to get out right before he killed himself. The FBI is also revealing they investigated Atchison last year for comments he made online. But at that time, he told investigators he did not have a gun and he had no plans for an attack.
Developing tonight, a man is dead after officials say he tried to run down 2 DPS detectives. It happened early this morning in Tucson. We're told detectives tried to pull that driver over. He took off and ended up in a parking lot. When the detectives tried to approach, he gunned it, and the detectives opened fire, killing that driver. Thankfully, no officers were injured. One new information tonight about a deadly hit and run from late last night. Phoenix police say a 34-year-old man was hit near 16th Street in Montecito. Witnesses told police the suspect was driving a white or silver pickup and took off after this crash. If you know anything, please call police. And another bad crash, this time in El Mirage. 3 people rushed to the hospital after 3 cars collided on Dysart Road between Olive and Northern. Investigators telling us impairment does appear to be a factor with at least one of these drivers.
It'll get worse before it gets better. That is what officials are saying as several wildfires continue to threaten people and structures in Southern California. Fire crews are working around the clock in order to contain these flames, but the size of these fires paired with unfavorable weather conditions is creating a tough fight for the crews on the ground. The Thomas fire alone is more than twice the size of Washington, D.C., making it the biggest fire Los Angeles has battled since 1961. And here's a look by the numbers. At least 190,000 people have evacuated as 5,700 firefighters work to contain the fires, and 1,300 National Guardsmen have been activated. Today, President Donald Trump approved an emergency declaration freeing up any federal funding. The wildfires, of course, have left the air quality so bad that people are now being told not to stay outside for very long. In fact, dozens of people here in a central California town lined up for free masks. That way, if they do have to be outside, they can filter what they're breathing in.
Well, it's a different story in the southeast. Parts of Georgia, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Texas waking up to snow. A lot of people using this as an excuse to start the weekend early and play outside. It looks awfully fun. It may not be snowing here, but it is still pretty chilly outside. Chief Meteorologist Amber Sellens joining us live now at Lights of the World in Phoenix. Amber, probably some good weather maybe for jackets, some hot cocoa even?
Perfect. Yeah, and some hot sticky buns, which I just tried over there as well. I mean, it is awesome out here, just a little cool. So make sure if you are headed out tonight that you bring a light sweater or a jacket. The lights are phenomenal. Over 10 million of them here. And take a look at this dragon behind me. It is made with over 20,000 China plates. It is just so cool. So let's get a look at your forecast. For tonight, temperatures are going to be in the 50s. Right now, we're at 62 in Phoenix, but Mesa's already at 55 degrees. Scottsdale at 59. So we'll keep these 50s around through much of our evening forecast here, with lows in the overnight hours getting back down into the 40s. We'll talk more about your weekend and a look at some of the other awesome stuff out here at Lights of the World, including an acrobat show coming up in just minutes.
Sounds good, Amber. Thank you. He's accused of senseless murders and terrorizing the valley, and now the suspected serial street shooter could end up on death row. Aaron Salcedo is accused of killing 9 people, and the county attorney's office just officially filed their notice of intent to make this a capital murder case, which means Salcedo could get the death penalty if convicted. Prosecutors say the killings were committed in a cold and calculated manner. Suspended for 2 days without pay. Prescott Valley Police Chief Brian Gerald was punished after he lost his handgun last month, saying he accidentally left it inside a library's public restroom after changing his clothing. In addition to the suspension, Gerald also has to take a firearm safety course and pay for a new gun since the old one was never found.
Developing tonight, former Maricopa County Sheriff Joe Arpaio tells ABC News that he is still strongly considering a run for Senate, adding he plans to make his intentions known shortly after the new year. Arpaio says if he does decide to run, there won't be any exploratory committees. He'll just do it. No word yet on how much money Arpaio still has in his campaign's war chest or how much may have been used for his legal defense in his contempt of court trial. Meantime, a powerful conversation on a plane between Arizona Senator Jeff Flake and a man who was recently diagnosed with ALS. The man confronting Flake about his yes vote on tax reform that could mean cuts to health care for people who have disabilities.
What should I tell my son, or what should you tell my son if you pass this bill and he cuts funding for disability and I can't get a ventilator?
Well, there's nothing in the bill, as you know, that cuts anything, but it will likely trigger PAYGO. PAYGO has been triggered several times by the deficit or by tax cuts, but it's never been implemented.
Flake tweeting to the man today saying, quote, "I enjoyed the conversation. We won't always agree, but I admire your courage and knowledgeable advocacy." Tonight, a Secret Santa spreading some cheer and tail wags at Maricopa County Animal Shelters. The shelter posted saying that they are overrun with bully breeds who often have a hard time getting adopted out. That's when a Good Samaritan stepped up, donating $5,300 to cover the licensing fee for all 308 bully breed dogs. That means more than 100 dogs can get a home for the holidays, and the adopters won't have to spend a dime. We'll be live at the shelter tomorrow morning on ABC 15 Mornings.
Some of the best singers in the Valley, and right now they are getting ready for their big Christmas concert series, and only ABC 15's Justin Pizzera was invited to attend one of their last rehearsals for the Phoenix Boys Choir before their big show.
The sounds of Christmas. The Phoenix Boys Choir has been rehearsing every note and every chime.
The tour choir is our top level, so they are comparable with all the major boy choirs in the world.
The choir's artistic director walks every boy through every song, from the popular Christmas songs to very technical pieces of music.
I don't think a lot of people realize how difficult it is to learn something like that and to teach something like that.
The group's touring choir has about 32 boys. They're the top performing singers. Altogether, the choir has about 100 members. And just like in sports, this is a team effort.
They work together. It's not possible to achieve the same kind of sound if one boy is missing.
The choir has been rehearsing for its Christmas concert since September. They're ready to spread some holiday cheer. In Phoenix, Justin Pizzera, ABC 15, Arizona.
We could listen to that for the rest of the newscast. Still to come tonight, a cutting-edge cancer treatment saving the life at the Phoenix Zoo. All new tonight at 6. ABC 15 gets an exclusive look at the technology that can also be used to save your pets.
And our Smart Shopper team is sniffing out the deals that could get you free food for a year.
Yeah, plus taking a trip, how virtual reality is helping kids in the hospital escape for the holidays.
Herm Edwards' final day at ESPN, and wait till you hear the outpouring of love from his colleagues, including one former U of A Wildcat.
You can experience the holidays at Disneyland. ABC 15 is giving away a family 4-pack of 2-day tickets to Disneyland, and we'll have 2 chances to win every weeknight. Just watch ABC 15 News tonight at 10.
If we didn't catch it, if it continued on, she probably would have ended up losing the leg.
Yeah, cancer, not just a human disease, but veterinarians are now turning to human treatment options in order to save our furry